friends, I am Ashlyn. Some of you might know me as the Eclectic Book Witch. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before, and welcome back if you have. Today is actually episode 1 of What the Witch, which is a series I have been working on for quite a while, and I am excited to share this first episode with you. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into some witchy spooky talk. In today's episode of What the Witch, we are going to be discussing deja vu. Now, a lot of you may already know that deja vu is a sense of having already seen something that you are currently seeing or experiencing, while at the same time knowing that you haven't actually seen or experienced what is happening before, which is why most of the time deja vu completely catches people off guard. Some say that deja vu is actually the equivalent of your brain glitching, when two different streams of thought collide. The term deja vu is actually translated from French to mean already seen. Fun fact, deja vu is actually incredibly common, with up to 97% of people experiencing deja vu at least once, while 2/3 of those people experience it with some regularity. Now, as far back as 400 AD, St. Augustine, an ancient philosopher, first referred to the concept of deja vu as false memory. And then in 1890, a French philosopher actually coined the term deja vu. In ancient Greece, deja vu was often seen as someone having a premonition or predicting a prophecy. The same concept is actually mirrored in ancient Roman times. In ancient Roman culture, deja vu was considered to be a prophecy from their god Jupiter. And this leads me into my feature of this week, Mother Shipton. If you have not heard of Mother Shipton before, she was born in the year 1488 and lived, surprisingly for back then, into her 70s, passed away in the year 1561. She was known for being an English soothsayer and a prophetess, according to English folklore. Now, legend has it, Mother Shipton's mother, who went by the name of Agatha, supposedly made a deal with the devil in order to become pregnant at the age of 15. Agatha was actually brought before the town magistrate and refused to give up the name of the father, and was therefore shunned for being pregnant at 15 with no father to the baby. Agatha then went to live in a cave where one night during a thunderstorm of monstrous proportions, she gave birth to her baby, who she named Ursula. Supposedly, the night that Ursula was born in the cave, the second that she started crying, the thunderstorm suddenly stopped. And also, according to legend, when the baby was born, she was born with a hunchback and a cry that could only be described as a cackle. Now, not long after Ursula was born, Agatha was sent away to live with a group of nuns and actually never was able to see her daughter again. In the meantime, Ursula was adopted by a foster family. Now, as Ursula grew up, the townspeople in the neighboring town shunned her and just wanted nothing to do with her. As Ursula grew up, she expanded her knowledge of plants and herbs and actually became an invaluable resource for the townspeople, which helped her to expand her social circle, which is how she met her husband, named Toby Shipton. Sadly, they were only married for a couple of years until Toby Shipton met his demise. This actually caused people to start shunning her again because they believed that she killed her own husband by use of her witchcraft. Now, with the grief of losing her husband and the townspeople shunning her again, she decided to leave the town and move back to the cave where her mother actually gave birth to her. Her reputation as an herbalist actually still had people coming to seek her out in the cave where she now lived from far and wide for help with whatever they needed. And then as her popularity continued to grow with people coming to see her for things that they needed, she started to tell people, she started to let people know that she could see the future by making small prophecies. Now, one of those prophecies goes, "Water shall come over Ausbridge, and a windmill shall be set upon a tower, and an elm tree shall lie at every man's door." So the river that she was talking about in that prophecy was actually next to York, in the town where she had lived. And the bridge, there was a bridge that went over the river. Now, at first, the prophecy meant nothing to the people in the town until the town ended up getting a piped water system. The system brought water across the Ausbridge in pipes to a windmill that drew up water into the pipes, and the pipes they used were made of elm trees. So that was from that prophecy. Another prophecy that she made was, "Before Ausbridge and Trinity Church meet, what is built in the day shall fall in the night, till the highest stone in the church be the lowest stone of the bridge." Now, with this prophecy, not long after she made it, there was a huge storm that fell on the town. And during the storm, the steeple on top of Trinity Church fell, and a portion of the bridge was actually destroyed and swept down the river. Later, when the townspeople were making repairs to the bridge, pieces that had previously been part of the steeple of the church were used in the repairs of the bridge, which marks the highest stone in the church, therefore is the lowest stone of the bridge. So there were different prophecies like that, just small ones that she continued to make throughout her life, eventually including prophecies about future monarchs and the future of the world. And supposedly in the year 1537, King Henry VIII wrote a letter where he mentions a witch of York, which is believed to be a reference to Mother Shipton. Mother Shipton is actually where a lot of inspiration came from for witches, as you can see from the reference to her crooked nose. And also, they named this moth because of the shape on its wings and the nose, within reference to the nose. I myself have experienced a few different degrees of deja vu. There has been a couple of times where I have dreamed something, and then either the next day or another time, it was a few years later, that I was seeing what I had dreamt. And then there has been another couple of instances where I didn't dream it. I didn't dream what happened, but I then, as I was experiencing whatever moment it was like I had this complete sense of deja vu wash over me. Like somehow my mind had known and seen this moment previously, even though I knew I hadn't. So to me, it was kind of like, those couple of moments were kind of like deja vu's way of telling me that I am exactly where I needed to be. Now, if you have ever experienced deja vu, comment down below. I would love to hear your stories. And feel free, if you would like me to save your stories to be featured in future videos. So thank you for coming to my channel and watching the first episode of What the Witch. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Stay spooky, lovelies.